Hello friends, I Kaushik sir welcome you to your favorite channel Learn with Kaushik. In last class, we have discussed scanner and print writer class, that is the first chapter of standard 10. Today we will solve some program based on scanner and print writer class. Let's start the class. Write a program to enter two numbers and check whether their coprime or not. Coprime means, maybe all you know, coprime means the highest common factor will be 1. If the highest common factor of two number will be 1, then that two number are called coprime number. Suppose we enter 13 and 14, then highest common factor will be 1. Then we can tell that this 13 and 14 are coprime number. If we enter 12 and 14, then highest common factor will be 2. Then we cannot tell that 12 and 14 will be coprime number. Then let's start the program. You know the writing style using scanner and print writer class, what I have discussed in last class. In same way we will write this program. First you write import java dot io dot star import java dot util dot scanner, then public class coprime. After that start the parenthesis, then you write public static void main string args, then start third bracket and close it. After that close the simple bracket, then you start another one parenthesis. After that you write the variable. Here how you will decide the variable? See, here we need to find the coprime of two number. Then that number we will declare in int a b. Another one we need I for loop. Then another one you write p, that is to store the common factor, highest common factor. Then you write scanner sc equal to new scanner within bracket system.in print writer pw equal to new print writer within bracket system dot out comma true. Okay, next you write pw dot println enter two number a equal to sc dot next int b equal to sc dot next int. Okay, up to this, in all program we have to write this pattern. Okay, after that logic part, here we need to check co-prime number. Then logic will be, you write for I equal to 1, I less than equal to a, I plus plus. Then start one parenthesis, if a modular I equal to 0 and b modular I equal to 0, then p equal to I, then close the parenthesis. After that you write if p equal to 1, okay, we will write this side, if p equal to 1, then here you write pw dot println a plus within double quote and plus b plus r co-prime number. Else pw dot println a plus and plus b are not co-prime numbers. Then close two parentheses. Okay. See, suppose here we enter a equal to 13, b equal to 14. Okay, then our loop will be continue from 1 to a means it will be 13, means our loop will be continued from 1 to 13. Then here condition is if a modular I equal to 0, a is it is 13, then 13 modular I means 1, then 13 modular 1 equal to 0, yes, and b is 14, 14 modular 1 equal to 0, yes, then p equal to I. If the condition is true, then it go through the loop, means here p equal to I, means now the value of p will be 1. Okay, after that from here it will come back to for loop. When it come back to for loop, I will be increased by I plus plus. I plus plus means it will be increased by 1, means now the value of I will be 2. Then here if a modular I, a is 13, I is 2, then 13 modular 2 equal to 0, no, then here it will not jump to next condition, because here we use AND operator. AND operator means if one condition will be false, then whole expression will be false, then it directly come out of the loop, then again it come back to for loop, then that time I will be 3, then 3 3 means a is 13, 13 modular 3 equal to 0, no, then next it will be I will be 4, then 13 modular 4, no, 13 modular 5, no, then again we will not able to find any factor, means the final value of p will be 1. Okay, then after it after this loop continue 13 times, it will come out of the loop. Okay, when it come out of the loop, it will check if p equal to 1. Is it true? See, we will get the value of p is 1. Okay, then this condition will be true, means it will print a, means 13 and 14 are co-prime numbers. Okay, if anyone have any doubt, you write it in comment section. Okay, then in logic also, if you are not able to understand, then mention clearly in comment. Okay, then this program is not finished till now. We will write the documentation. You know how to write the documentation, that one also I will tell you. To write the documentation, you start /, then make the heading documentation, and make 3 column. First one is variable, second one is data type, third one is description. We have taken the variable a, b, I and p. Okay, like this you write the data type of a is int, b int, I int, p int. Okay, then this a we have taken for to store first number, b to store second number, I for loop, and p to store highest common factor, HCF. Okay, after that you close it */. Okay, now your program is completed. Okay, this much if you not write, then you cannot get full mark. Okay, we will execute this program and see whether output is coming or not. This is your program coprime. I have already typed. You can able to see. Okay, this program, now we will compile it. When we are compiling, it is showing class compiled, no syntax error, means our program is totally error free. Okay, let's execute and see whether output is coming or not. For that, right click on that coprime class and click on void main. Then okay, here asking two number. Suppose we enter here 13 14. Here output is 13 and 14 are coprime number. Okay, once again we will compile. If we enter 12 14, it is showing 12 and 14 are not coprime number, means our program is fully correct. Okay, next we will solve another one program. Write the question. Write a program to enter a number and display the new number after removing all zeros. Understood the question? See, suppose we enter 4032. Okay, if we enter a number 4032, then your output will be 432, means we need to remove all zeros. Okay, all you know the pattern, how to write the program. This is your program, you copy it down to your copy. Okay, then we will discuss the logic part. Here we need to enter a number, then how many variable we need? int a, b, d are equal to 0, s equal to 0. This is your all variables. Then a logic will be, means after entering the number you have to write b equal to a, then while b is not equal to 0, start one parenthesis, then write d equal to b modular 10. Here you write if d is not equal to 0, then r equal to r into 10 plus d. After that you write b equal to b divided 10. Then again while r is not equal to 0, start one parenthesis, d equal to r modular 10, after that s equal to s into 10 plus d, then b equal to b divided 10. This is your logic what you have written. Okay, then this one we will discuss. See, suppose we enter a equal to 4032, then here we have written b equal to a, means b also 4032. Then while b is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. Then it go through the loop, means d equal to b modular 10, b is 4032. Then if we divide by 10, then remainder will be 2. See, 4032 if we divide by 10, then it will be 403.2. then here we have written percent sign, then if percent, then we will take modular part. If divide, then we will take integer part. Okay, then d equal to b modular 10, result will be 2. Then if d is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. Then it go through the loop, means r equal to r into 10 plus d. R we have declared 0, then 0 into 10 0 plus d means 2, it will be 2. Then b equal to b divided 10, b divided 10 means b was 4032 divided by 10 means 403.2. then we will take here 403. then again it come back to while loop. When it come back to while loop, that time it will check the condition b is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. then it go through the loop, means d equal to b modular 10, b is 403 modular 10 means it will be 3. Okay, if d is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. then it go through the loop, means r equal to r into 10 plus d. R was 2, then 2 into 10 20 plus d is 3, then it will be 23. Okay, then here b equal to b divided 10, b was 403, then it will be when we divided by 10, it will be 40. then again it come back to while, then check while b is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. then it again go through the loop, means d equal to b modular 10, b was 40, then 40 modular 10 means it will be 0. then if d is not equal to 0, is it true? No. then it is directly come out of the loop, means here b equal to b divided 10, b divided 10 means 40 divided 10, it will be 4. then again it come back to while loop, then check while b is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. then again it go through the loop, means d equal to b modular 10, b was 4 modular 10 means it will be 4. then if d is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. then again it go through the loop, means r equal to r into 10 plus d. R was 23 into 10 means 230 plus d, it will be 234. Okay, then b equal to b divided 10, b was 4 divided 10 means it will be 0. then again it come back to while loop, then it check the condition b is not equal to 0, but now b is 0 means this condition will be false, then it come out of the loop. Okay, then when it come out of the loop, it will check another loop, means rest part, that is while r is not equal to 0, is it true? Yes. R was here, r is 234, it is not equal to 0 means it go through the loop. Here d equal to r modular 10, r is 234 modular 10 means it will be 4, then s equal to s into 10 plus d. S we have declared here 0, then 0 into 10, 0 plus d, it will be 4. Then b equal to b divided 10, here not b, it will be r. R equal to r divided 10. R was 234, then divided by 10 means it will be 23. Then again it come back to while loop and check the condition while r is not equal to 0. Is it true? Yes. Then again it go through the loop, means d equal to r modular 10. R was 23, modular 10 means it will be 3. Then s equal to s into 10 plus d. S was 4 into 10, 40 plus d 3, then it will be 43. Then r equal to r divided 10. R was 23 divided 10 means it will be 2. Then again it come back to while loop and check the condition r is not equal to 0. Is it true? Yes. Then again it go through the loop, means d equal to r modular 10. R here it was 2, then 2 modular 10 means it will be 2. Then s equal to s into 10 plus d. S was 43 into 10, 430 plus d, it will be 432. Then again it come back to here and check the condition while r is not equal to 0. Is it true? No, because now r is 0. Okay, then it directly come out of the loop and print the output, that is pw.println the new number after removing the 0 of 4032 is 432. See here output will be s is now it is 432. Okay, then here we entered 4032 means 4032. Here 10 is there. Okay, after removing it will be 432. See this loop we have designed to remove the 0. Okay, this loop we have designed to remove the 0, but here our number in reverse order. That is why again another one while loop we have declared to reverse that reverse number. Okay, that is why here after that here we get our output. Okay, this program also we will execute and see whether output is coming or not. See, this is also I have typed remove zeros. Double click on that. This is your program. You can able to see. Okay, we will compile it. When we are compiling, it is showing class compiled, no syntax error. Okay, we will run it. Right click on that class, then click on void main. Okay, here asking one number. Suppose I enter 4032. Here showing the new number after removing zeros from 4032 is 432. Okay, once again we will compile. Suppose we enter 200500. Press enter. The new number after removing all 0 from 2050 is 25, means our program is fully correct. Are you able to understand? Yes. If any doubt you have, you write in comment section. Okay, and next some program we will solve in next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.